Hey, it's Felix, and let's talk about the fact that there are a lot of you out there, there's a lot of businesses out there thinking that AI is not good enough to produce significant value to your business. And that is one of the reasons we're not implementing AI on a day to day basis. And the reason I want to talk about this is that I see every single day the gap widening between the companies who are implementing AI. They're all in on AI. They understand that this is a like revolutionary technology. I know I'm using big fancy language here, but bear with me. But they know that this technology is changing the world right now, and thus they're using it more and more every single day. And then we have on the other side we have the companies who have tried a little bit of ChatGPT. It didn't really do much. Maybe they responded to an email that was like half good, and then they thought, oh, maybe for those tech businesses, but not for my plumbing business, not for my construction business. But that's a very big mistake. That's a very big mistake. I will soon go into sort of the history behind all of this, or behind this mindset and where things are actually moving ahead right now. So stay tuned for that. This is like, let me just make this very clear. Like, if you're not using AI right now in your business, it's very important that you watch this video, because there's a lot of like unknown unknowns that you are able to learn by watching this. Like, hopefully I can actually switch your mindset from going in this direction where you're actually ruining your business to a much better place where you're actually following along the trends of technology. And it's never a good idea to bet against technology. But the reason I see this gap widening every single day of the companies using AI and the companies thinking that it's not useful at all is that I work with companies implementing AI. In particular, I help them increase revenue by using AI, and we are tracking everything. We're always tracking like what is the return on investment. That's like the word I use the most, or the phrase return on investment. That's the only thing that we track. Like, what is the ROI that we're getting on our money spent right here? And let me just tell you that our results are really good. They are really positive. Usually we'll get, a 10x return, within 3 months of starting any project. So a 10 to 100x return on any project within 3 to 6 months, that is quite incredible. Like, it's not many things you can do in your business to get that sort of return. So that's about it. But I see it every day, every single day. I see, prospects prospects or like leads being skeptical. They're not sure, will this work for my business? But then we implement it, and it's really good, and they're really happy with it afterwards. There's so much like skepticism like before implementing AI, but before you have actually done it, you can't know. And thinking that AI is not good enough, I think that if you just look back and you read a little bit of history, you will understand that having this sort of mindset that, oh, this new technology is coming out, but it's not for me, or it's not there yet, it's not a winning mindset. Like, think about the Industrial Revolution. I'm a big fan of history, so I really like thinking of like, what can we learn from the past? And the Industrial Revolution, when the spinning jenny came out in like 1764 or something like that, there were people who thought like, all right, the machines are coming, the industrialization is starting, but it's not really there. Like, it can't do all of the work that I'm doing. Like, I'm irreplaceable. Like, it can't do all of it. Like, it can only do a small part of it. But the thing that they missed is that when when a new technology comes out, it's never good in the beginning. Like, this is a process, obviously, but what humans usually can't understand is exponential growth. So it's very hard for us to understand naturally that things get better over time, and they get better faster, and the pace is accelerating. And that's the same thing with AI. So if you actually just think logical for a moment, ChatGPT came out at the end of 2022, and it was terrible back then. I immediately fell in love with it because I saw the potential. I understood that, if it's this good right now, where will it be in 5 to 10 years? Because AI right now, although it has come a long way from ChatGPT in the beginning, because right now AI produces results, AI right now is still the worst it will ever be. It will never be worse than this. It will only go up from here. And if you think logically about that for a moment, that all right, AI it has improved a lot from 2022, and if you don't know this, then I'm not saying like you're in big trouble, but you are in very big trouble if you haven't yet researched that much into it. But I'll soon tell you like the solution. So you should be a little bit stressed out. I'm not gonna say like don't worry, because like you should worry. Like if you have a business and you don't know the fact that AI is improving like every single day right now, like you should be a little bit worried. Like this, like your cortisol should go a little bit up, you know. But if you sort of just think about it for a moment, that how much AI has improved now in the last 2-3 years, it's pretty logical to think that in the next 2 to 3 years it will be much better than it is right now. It's quite logical to think that. And when you see sort of the capabilities of AI, you start to wonder like, like what is it really that we are going to do like after 5 to 10 years? Like what are the human tasks that we're going to do? Because things are going to change a lot. So I definitely think that, I'm very optimistic about AI. I think that it will produce massive job growth, at least in the coming 10 years or so. But it will be new kinds of jobs, right? We will not be, sewing the things by hand anymore. Like machines will take a big chunk of the things we're doing right now, but there will be new jobs. For example, overseeing the AI, giving feedback to the AI, all kinds of things. So I'm just saying that we are in for a massive change. And it's never good to bet against technology. You can quote me on that. It's never good to bet against technology, because technology is exponential. That's probably the biggest thing you can take away from this video. But let's now hopefully I'm able to convince you that you should be implementing AI into your business. And if you're already implementing AI, you should be doing it more. I don't think you're doing it enough, all right? Without knowing you're not doing it enough, all right? You should definitely be doing it much more. Because the thing is that let's say you have a business right now and you tell me, hey, Felix, like, I can't use AI in my business. Well, first of all, that's false. Like, I know so many business owners who have said that to me, and every single one of them, if they're doing like over like $1 million or euros per year, there's always some process we can do. Always some process. And if you're doing like 20-30 million per year, 100%. There are so many like admin things, some manual work. You have to respond to emails. You have to do some offerings, invoices, bookkeeping. There are so many things that you can automate. And now we're not even talking about sales and marketing. Like sales and marketing, like, are you kidding me? There's so much you can do. There's incredible amounts of things you can do. And if you're interested, if you don't know, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can book a link. You can book a quick call with me in the description. Click the link, book a call, and we can have a look through it. Yeah, so I think that hopefully I've been able to convince you of that. But now let's look at the solution. So let's say you want to start to implement AI. I mean, first of all, you can book a call with me, but the mindset I would have towards AI right now, if you're starting it out, you're downloading Claude right now, you're opening up Claude or ChatGPT Codex, whatever you're using, I would think about AI as if it's a very intelligent but stupid intern. So AI is a very intelligent but stupid intern. And if this sounds confusing, let me explain. So what I mean by intelligent but stupid at the same time is that it's intelligent in a way that it's very fast at learning. All right? What is intelligence? Intelligence is the speed of learning, right? That's the definition of intelligence. So AI is incredibly fast at learning when you give it clear instructions. So if you tell your AI, hey, I want you to remember this about my business. I'm doing X amount, we're helping Y clients, we are in this area. It will remember it. It's very quick at learning. You tell it once, it will learn it forever. And it's very good at unlearning as well. If you tell it, hey, I want you to unlearn this thing, like, hey, please delete this from your knowledge base, it will do it immediately. For humans, I read a study or something where it said, like, it's 10 times harder to unlearn something than it is to learn something. And that's very true. If you think about it, it's very hard. If you think something, it's very hard to unlearn it, right? That's what I mean by intelligence. It's very intelligent, but stupid. With stupid, I mean that it doesn't have any knowledge prior to you giving it. So if you just open up Claude or you open up ChatGPT, whatever you choose, or if you use the Chinese models, it will have no knowledge about you. So you need to create a knowledge base and give it knowledge in order for it to, have more knowledge and be able to work with a knowledge base and be able to give you sort of better responses to your prompts. And what you then want to do is obviously you want to give it more context. So the more context you give an AI, the more good context, I should say, because if you give it bad context, it will just fill up its context window and it will not be good. That's a topic for another time. But the more good context you give it, and the more like sort of skills you give it, and the more resources you give it, the better it will work, because it will have more things to work with. It's like any human. Like the more books you read, the more knowledge you will have, and the more things you will sort of know about, obviously. So that's the big thing right there. So it's very intelligent but stupid at the same time, and you can fix the stupidness by giving it a lot of knowledge, and it will be easy because it's very hard. It's very fast at learning. So if let's say you have a very stupid but intelligent intern, what do you want to do? Well, you want to give it very clear instructions, and actually you want to talk to your AI like it's a human, right? Because the new coding language is English, so you can do anything but just speaking English to it, or whatever language you're speaking. So just speak normal language to it. Hey, I want you to remember this. I want you to do this. I want you to create a skill or an automation that does this. And if you ever come across a problem, you can always ask it, hey, I want to do this, how can I do it? How can I execute on this? How can I build this sort of automation for my business? And then another prompt I'll just give you, this, it's a golden nugget. If you don't know what's possible, you have many unknowns, you can always ask it, give me 10 ideas about how to improve my business. And then you give it a little bit, and before that you give it knowledge about your business, and it will come up with new ideas. Or you ask it like, hey, like, I don't know what to ask you. Can you give me good questions to ask you, or something like that? What are you capable of doing? All of these things. But I think that is the most important thing. Like, if you want to start using AI for actually productive use cases, you need to give it more context. You need to train the AI, and you also need to learn how to prompt AI, because that's not the easiest thing to do either. So, just sort of downloading Claude or Codex or whatever AI you're using, and then expecting it to be good right away, that's pretty illogical. You wouldn't do that with any technology or with any human. But don't let that sort of initial time of ChatGPT not really being able to help you with an email, don't let that one thing stop you from using this unbelievable technology that is changing the world right now. Because if you don't start using it right now, you will fall behind. There is no way you will be able to compete with other businesses using this technology, because the productivity gains that you will get already today, but especially in the future, they're just tremendous.